Welcome to this weekend's adventure. It's Memorial Day weekend. We have a 3-day backpacking trip planned. We are going to do the old loggers path and hopefully do the entire loop this time. And you can tell it's really crowded, which a lot of these people are probably just day hikers, but this is one of the more popular backpacking loops in Pennsylvania, so there should be a good amount of people on the trail. It's just Kurt and I today for the weekend. Skinny G, she is not on 100%, so she can't join us this time. But it's going to be a good weekend. We're supposed to have good weather for most of it, with some chances of showers, but nothing crazy. But yeah, that's about it. Our intention is to go counterclockwise, right? Counterclockwise. Sure. So, but yeah, that's it. We'll see you guys on the trail. Well, we are pretty much at the top of our main climb for the day. Hiking north out of the Masten parking area, that tends to be the main trailhead for this loop. If you hike out of there, it's a pretty good climb going north. We came down that last year, but it's not bad. Now, before we get too far into this trip, I have to apologize if any of the video is a little shaky. Using this little tripod, I noticed my footage in Kentucky was a little on the rougher side, so some of it got scrapped. So I might switch to my trekking pole mount. But when you get between the Masten trailhead and the trailhead that's just north of that, I don't know what it's called, you get to the loggers path saw and their check-in. So we're gonna sign the logbook and then just keep on going. Well, immediately after I turned off the camera, Kurt opened this up, and if there's a logbook in there, it's buried under trash now. So we will not be signing the, I don't know, imaginary logbook or filthy logbook at this point. All right, put in some good miles. Found this nice little camp area right along this nice little stream. Perfect lunch spot. So, what are you having for lunch?
Chicken, some kind.
I have tuna wrap, I believe.
Yeah, I got some wraps, and I got some buffalo chicken salad and stuff.
So, some solid lunch. So this has been our hike so far. After the climb, it's all been little gradual ups and downs. Pretty smooth track as well. It's funny because people like to joke about the rocks in PA, and granted there are some really rocky sections of trails, but this trail's not so bad. So we are probably 4.5 miles in, maybe a little further. It's kind of hard to judge because we're able to move pretty quickly without exerting like a ton of effort. And hear the stream down in the valley. I don't remember the name of it. I've got a map, but I just don't remember the name of it. And yeah, beautiful day though. It's sunny out. We have a nice tree canopy keeping us cool. And there's a nice steady little breeze flowing in this valley. So really, really comfortable hiking. But we're not sure what we're gonna do today. Our goal is to do like roughly 10 miles and see how we feel after that. So we dropped a little bit, and the valley sort of tightened up a little bit more. We get a really nice shot of this stream that we're running against, or alongside of. I mean, we've been hearing it most of our hike through this area. It's flowing really good. We are roughly 6.5 miles into our hike, and just before we got to this spot, we saw a fantastic camp spot. It was like right on a bend in the trail where it came out sort of like to like a viewpoint over the stream. And if we weren't trying to do more miles today, that would be an awesome place to camp. And while we were standing there, looked down and there was a lower campsite just down a little bit further from the first one we had seen that put you even closer to the water. So 2 really cool campsites, and that's if you're doing the north loop from the Masten trailhead. Yeah, like I said, roughly 6.5 miles in. But yeah, just beautiful out here today. Been enjoying every moment of it. Oh, trail's a little tight through here. There's a campsite right down there. I want to go check it out. I know it's still way too early to camp, but I'm gonna go down here. There's definitely a campsite right here.
It's only 4 miles further down the trail.
Oh, I know, it'd be great.
For the night.
Just awesome. Yeah, even if you're doing just the north loop and not putting in a ton of miles, some really nice campsites not too far in. Very cool. Totally boring trail, nothing to see. Yeah, you can save the trip, go do something else. So the waterfall I just videoed is right down over there, but just another awesome little campsite. They're everywhere here. It's funny for how many cars we saw in the different parking lots. And come on guys, this is like backcountry luxury right here. It's a backcountry sectional couch. You don't get any better than that. That's awesome. Okay, so we just came up from Yellow Run and did our last real climb of the day. And I don't know if the trail service here means for these to be used this way, but yeah, that's another one. People using it as a trash can. And have another metal Old Loggers Pass sign. But we've made really good time today. We are, roughly 8.5 miles in. It's just after 4:30, and we only have till the 10-mile mark, or just beyond the 10-mile mark, to the Doe Run area, which is a good water source and a shelter and potential camp area. But we'll see what happens when we get there. We've been hiking along the ridge for a little while, and we saw a yellow trail split off to the side. But where we're at, there's not really any other trails nearby. And it came out to this really nice vista. So, not a shabby view. And there's a fire ring right over here. And plenty of camping opportunity. So yeah, not bad. Well, so far day one has been pretty kind to us. This trail is really nice, and I so far recommend it to anyone that wants to check it out. You can definitely see, even just this far in, why it's one of the more popular backpacking trails in our state. Overall terrain hasn't been bad. Even the inclines, they're a little bit of a rough thing, especially if you try to go full speed up them. But really, the pace we've kept all day, even the inclines weren't that bad. They're just lengthy in this direction. So it's kind of like you get halfway there and you're like, are we there yet? So if you can't tell, we found camp. Got as far as hanging the hammock up. Pack's right there. There's the shoes. Did like 12 something miles. Not bad hiking, but man, can definitely tell we did that distance with my feet are happy to be out of the shoes. Kurt's over there with his hammock. He might be in shot, I don't know.
Making puppets. Sock puppets. Stinky sock puppets.
And a nice flat rock over there where we may or may not have a fire. Depends on how energetic we're feeling. It's only 6:30, so it's plenty early enough, which is nice. I like to get to camp before dark, and a lot of the times on recent trips haven't really had that luxury of getting to camp earlier. Not super early, just early enough where you don't have to feel rushed to get all your end of the day chores done and then jump into bed. So it's nice to be able to take our time. Definitely gonna eat food soon though. That's about it.
Let's Doe Run, because dude, there's a bunch of people down there. It's snack time. That's where they go.
And that's Kurt's plan for handling a bear that comes into camp. So we got our food preparing. I have some time till my food rehydrates, so there's Kurt's setup, my setup. We have the tarps out There's a chance for rain tomorrow, and who knows, it might come early tonight. So we're set up just in case it does rain. I'm probably gonna leave my tarp just like that to go to bed and only crawl out if I need to. But all my stuff is the usual stuff. I haven't really talked about this yet, but this is the new hammock, and soon I'll give you more details on that. But you kind of see that right there. But everything else is the same. Still my war bonnet tarp, my Dutch hardware. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But it's starting to get dark. The camera makes it look a lot brighter than it really is. Well, that is the pitter patter of rain. I'm not sure what time it is, but spent like the last half hour listening to that. I don't know if you can hear the thunder, but I've heard that moving down the valley towards where we're camped. Ended up being a good idea putting the tarps up. We were really hoping for a tarp-free night, but that definitely was not in the cards. But on the plus side, now we get to fall asleep to the soothing sound of rain.